a network that has about 11 million employees.
This is such a big public broadcast. Give us a sense of how many staff, how many people it reaches.
Beverly, this is a network that has about 11 million employees. When I was heading the news group, it had a market cap of about 450 million US dollars. It essentially is the zeitgeist of the Philippines, right? It's a multi-platform, multimedia, the largest broadcaster. So the fact that this has been shut down, think about it like this. ABS-CBN has been shut down twice. The first time was in 1972 when martial law was declared, and it was followed by 21 years of a dictatorship.
That is remarkable to think back to. And I was going to ask you, during your time at the broadcast, did you come under similar pressure that is now being experienced under Duterte?
Filipino journalists have not felt this kind of pressure. I mean, President Duterte is very similar in goals as President Marcos, but his tactics are very different. He uses a kind of legalese arrow, right? He twists the law, and the man who normally pushes it forward is the Office of the Solicitor General. The tactics used against ABS-CBN are very similar to what's been done to Rappler, right? Small regulatory body, you have legal cases, there is a veneer of legality, and yet in the end, it is a blow to press freedom.
You believe there's going to be a big public backlash. Will it be enough to save the broadcaster, do you think?
It's unclear right now, right? And that's part of the problem. If the journalists do not come together, if our people don't come together, then we will voluntarily give up our freedoms. Press freedom is, as you know, it's the foundation of every other freedoms that are guaranteed by the Philippine Constitution, which is similar to the United States. We have a Bill of Rights that guarantees this. I think the other problem is that the context, right? I said the last time ABS-CBN went dark was in 1972. Curfews, barricades. Well, here we are again. Those curfews are there, the barricades are there, the checkpoints are there, but it's for a completely different reason. It's because we're facing a pandemic and we're literally locked down. Beverly, this is near the end of week 8 of a lockdown in Manila. So it's very difficult for people to come together. And that would be what would have happened normally. This is a network that's called the Star Network, right? And the artists and the stars would be out on the streets.
And to that point about this pandemic, as you say, you're in the middle of it, it is so critical that there is free information around what is going on, the decisions that are being made by government. How will the closure of a broadcaster this size impact the ability to fight the spread of coronavirus?
Well, you know that Rappler has done all of these stories on the propaganda machine, the Duterte propaganda machine, where they've essentially taken over the social media landscape with half lies laced with anger and hate that manipulate public opinion. In the time of the coronavirus, this disinformation has actually gone down. Right? Because so many more Filipinos are at home on social media calling it out. But when you take out the traditional news groups, as you know, during this time, there's been a flight to quality. News groups have seen tremendous traffic, right? You take down the largest, you even the playing field again towards social media. And frankly, ABS-CBN reaches parts of the Philippines that through its radio network that only social media would be the option. So this is a battle for what the facts are, and now it's been skewed away from facts.
Such a distressing time at, as you say, this point in the pandemic. Maria, as always, we know you continue to battle the same issues at Rappler. Thanks so much for joining us.